not even 24 hours, I know, after the season came to an end. Have you had a chance to look back at what the series was, the season was, your initial impressions?
No, it's probably a little too soon. You know, it's still a little disappointing, hurt. But, you know, it's okay. You know, it's okay to have those emotions. You know, those is only going to make us a better team, and it's going to make me a better player.
You guys seem so mentally strong all year, mentally together, and there was a pretty serious sense of disappointment after the game, but as you mentioned, that's what you want, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we felt like we were the better team, obviously. We felt like, you know, we should have won that series, you know, despite what anybody says, but, you know, things happen. You know, things happen for a reason. You know, hopefully this will set us up, you know, for a bright future. You know, we have some very talented young players on this team, so, you know, I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe hard to look back at the positive now, but you came back here with the goal of, you know, showing yourself some playing time and getting back to the playoffs, and those two things seem like you really accomplished. Maybe your best season as a pro.
Yeah, you know, when I first got here, you know, that was one of the things that, you know, I was looking forward to is getting back to the postseason. You know, people thought I was crazy because, you know, they felt like, you know, Indiana wasn't even, you know, as a candidate to be in the postseason. So, but I knew with the organization that we have, you know, our front office and the coaching staff, and the players that I had on this team, I felt like we had a real shot at making the playoffs, and, you know, it made a special year for us.
You didn't want to talk about this during the season, so I want to ask you now. You came really close to 50, 40, 90, and even to fall just a touch short of that. It's a remarkably short list of guys who have done that. You take pride in something like that?
Of course. I think as a point guard, you have to. You know, you have to be able to shoot the ball extremely well in this league. Especially the older you get, you got to be able to you know, just be solid at your position, if not better. And, you know, I felt like I accomplished those goals. You know, there's always more room to improve. You know, hopefully, you know, I can become a better shooter coming back next year, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Typically, a lot of the teams who have the best chemistry are ones that have been together for a long time, and that really wasn't the case for you guys this year in terms of it was a lot of moving pieces, and yet you guys seemingly gelled maybe better than anybody in the NBA. Why do you think that was?
Personalities in the team. I think each individual on this team has been through a lot with their previous teams or in their career of some sort, and I think there's a sense of humility that comes from their past. It comes over here and it puts it all together, and it's like, look, we're trying to make this work, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it work too. And then everybody's positive. You know, nobody's negative. Everybody's positive in the locker room. Everybody wants the next person to do well, and it's easier to play for your teammates when they had that mindset.
Do you feel like a season like this kind of sets the bar for future years?
Of course. You know, I think you know, it's only the beginning of what we can become, and I'm looking forward to, you know, seeing what we're really going to be next year, because, you know, if we're like this year, then it's going to be real scary what we're going to be like next year, you know, when the season starts.
For you, as you hit the offseason here, what's the balance of, I'm sure, wanting to get a little bit of rest, but also getting work in too?
Yeah, I mean, for me, at this point, you know, I just want to, you know, rest, you know, chill with my wife and my son, and kind of spend time with them, you know, try to make up the time that, you know, we didn't have, you know, throughout the season. And then just try to reset mentally. You know, I think mentally is a big part of the game, and I think if you're refreshed mentally, come into next year, I think everything will work itself out.
What would you say to the fans as they've kind of re-embraced you here as you've come back this year?
Man, fans were amazing. I said this time and time again, you know, this is some of the best fans to play for, and not just in basketball, but in all sports. They really cared about each individual on this team. They supported their team, you know, every single day. I mean, there was times where, you know, we would play teams that you think there wouldn't be a lot of people to show up, and they showed up on those days. They showed up on the weekdays, not just the weekends. And like I said, I mean, we all, part of our success has a lot to do with them. We're not the team without their support when they come out every single night and they're cheering for, like, and giving us the extra push in the fourth quarter. You know, we won some games in the fourth quarter feeding off of them. So they have a lot to do with our success.
Darren, congrats on a great first year back, and enjoy the offseason.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.